Alright, got down a nice thick layer of pine shavings. So I've gone ahead and added barn lime and diatomaceous earth to the floor in the barn. Hey guys, I'm Kaylyn and welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. This whole video is shot over 2 days and is a cumulative look at some different deep bedding methods for both goats and poultry, and looking at composting, and we're going to be using a tractor, my father-in-law's big white tractor, to turn our compost. I'm also starting a, I guess you would call a Hugelkultur bed, which I'm prepping this bed for next fall. I believe it will be ready in, so that's something that I'm starting. And we're just looking at finishing up a bunch of homestead farm projects this week, as my husband is off work for the week. And if you have a farm or homestead, you know that when you take off time from work, that means that you're working on the farm. You're not necessarily vacationing. It's the next morning and I just love this time of day. This is very rare on a farm. It's actually quiet and none of the animals are awake or making any sounds, but there's still enough light that I can see, and I just wanted to share this moment with you guys. It's just beautiful. There's not a goat bleeding. Oh, I just heard Templeton. Chickens are quiet. There's no cats meowing at me for food. Over here, the does are still asleep. In the barn must be. They're not making sound. There's not one chicken out yet. The ducks are quiet. They'll be noisy very soon. This is actually a pile my husband raked up yesterday of our woodshed. I know it's still pretty dark, but you guys get the picture. It's a pile of wood scraps and bark and sticks. And I'm going to use this to do like a Hugelkultur style bed over here. I brought a couple loads from the goat barn yesterday when I was cleaning that out, and put it right there. So I'm going to mix this together and add a couple other components and just kind of let it sit there, probably cover it with a tarp, and see what happens in the spring. So this, you know, really is just showing you guys some different ways that you can use deep bedding or layered organic material systems in various applications on the homestead or your farm, whatever you are, hobby farm. It doesn't actually matter what you call yourself. This is just a great way to utilize what you already have and what you're already spending money on to grow things, to grow food, to be healthier for your animals, to be more efficient, you know, less waste, less smell, ideally, if you're doing it right, less disease. Using these kinds of systems can really help to help you manage your farm. So this is something I do periodically in my chicken coop, which has been working really well for me. You know, this is not, I've said this before, this isn't a Pinterest coop. We've done very little in here. We did put in these 3 roofs and we changed some things, but other than that, everything was here when we bought our property last May and May 2019, and we haven't done anything, which has been great because we've had a lot of other projects and that's drained, you know, other resources, and so to not have to do much in here has been great. All right, so I came in here with a scraper, which we use like a metal ice scraper in our roofs. It works great. Scraped off any of the poop, and then I scraped off their nest boxes. Again, this was all here, top of it. They sleep there, that side. And then I just take a pitchfork and turn everything. And if there are spots that are wet, which we haven't gotten rain for a little while, so it's not really wet right now, I would add, you know, pine shavings in here. Periodically we do DE, diatomaceous earth, or sometimes bentonite, a clay DE mix, which I haven't been using. I've just been using the food grade DE, but that's also an option. And then straw, and periodically add to it, but the chickens will turn it. Sometimes when it's really wet and I add more like pine shavings and stuff, then I might put in some scratch in here so that they're turning it a bit more. And this bedding is basically composting in the chicken coop. So, you know, over time when this gets cleaned out in the spring probably, or on a really nice, you know, if we have a nice day in January, February, we might clean it out depending on what it's like. But this will all go into our compost pile and will eventually be, you know, for our garden. And this is great. Chicken poop is amazing fertilizer. You've been making a lot more appearances lately, girl. You like the camera, huh? Well, guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I would love, love, love to hear from you, especially if you have more experience than I in doing composting or hugelkultur. That's something I'm really interested in. No-till gardens. Trent, my husband's not super on board with it because he just doesn't want things to look like a mess. And he grew up on a farm that was very traditional as far as the way things were done. So he just wants things to look neat, and I can respect that. But, you know, sometimes you have to make a mess in order to create order. So thank you guys again for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you like what you see, if you want to see more, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe. You can check me out on Instagram and also my farm Facebook page, Fable Hill Farm, and that has a link to my website as well. I will see you guys in the next video, and take care. This is why I don't think goat yoga is a good idea. It does make sense to me. Goats have these pointy little deer feet, and it doesn't feel good when they climb on you. Sunny weighs about 40 pounds, and I can't imagine her jumping on my back, though granted they're baby goats that are done and, you know, are used for goat yoga. But still, a baby goat still has a foot exactly like this, and it doesn't feel good when they leap on you. That's why chicken math is a real thing, because you can't count on, say, having 30 chickens and getting 30 eggs forever. You've got to have like 50 chickens so you can get 30 eggs.